Rewind. I'm Sian Welby.
And I'm Matt Cuttle. It's a jam-packed show this month, so without further ado, let us enlighten you about what's coming up.
We catch up with the producers of NBA Jam on Fire Edition, NHL 12 and Grand Slam Tennis 2 at the EA Sports Day.
Stars of movies, music, TV and football try out Battlefield 3 and FIFA 12 at the Celebrity Gaming Club.
I chat to senior designer Aaron Connors about The Sims 3 pets.
And Matt Littler and Darren Jeffries feel the need for speed at Silverstone racetrack.
But first, Burnout Crash is now available to download on Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network. Richard Franke from developer Criterion tells us a little bit more about the game.
Burnout Crash is Criterion's first downloadable title. It's based on pinball and game shows and disaster movies and retro music. We've kind of turned the dial up to 11 on this one to really show off some of Criterion's sense of humour. It's all about driving into an intersection and causing a huge pile-up. Connect Party Mode is something that we've done especially for Connect. You drive in using your invisible steering wheel, as you can imagine, and then you jump or you lay an egg or you do a fireball gesture to fire the crash breaker, and you move around in the play space to control the aftertouch.
Those are some smooth moves there, Matt.
Yep, playing games and throwing some shapes, living the dream.
Oh, talking of living the dream, imagine getting your hands on a game like Battlefield 3 without having to queue for hours at a convention like Gamescom.
Well, if you're a celebrity, you can do just that at the Celebrity Gaming Club. We popped down there to ask them just how they like to get their game on.
Be jealous.
I quite like simulation games like racing. I like shoot 'em ups, but I think probably the biggest game is FIFA. I get pretty excited for that. Currently in the house we're living with, me, Dylan and a few other guys from the show. We've got a little league going on at home at the minute, so yeah.
Normally play Palace, try and get them up in the Premiership.
At the minute, kind of the football's what's on in the house, and I've got some mates that come over, and that's kind of the thing we play at the moment. Any kind of sporting ones, I mean racing games as well, fight night, boxing stuff, we play that.
I was playing fight night the other night with a friend, and he beat me, and I got pretty umby about it through the control and everything. See, I'm so competitive, like when any games like Street Fighter, Marvel, any of them, I have to win.
I spend like 7 months out of the year on the road, filming different countries, different places up and down the UK, so Xbox has become one of my very best friends. Hotel to hotel room, you know, and plugging it into different TVs.
I got a Formula One, I'm treble champion on that.
Oh, wow.
With 3 different teams. I'm really pleased about that, but it's because I use a steering wheel. I've got the Tiger Woods Augusta Masters now, which I've won 3 green jackets.
The first computer was like Atari.
Yeah, back in the day.
One game, it's a football game. Yeah. And nothing's changed really. And it's always exciting when a new game comes out.
The newest football game is of course FIFA 12. So what did they make of it?
The graphics are amazing, and teams were really accurate, and I like the skills.
To be honest, it took me a while to get used to 11, so now I've got to kind of get back to a level where people don't cane me on 12. So,
What do you think of the new game then? Does it feel a bit better to play?
You know, it looks great, graphics are brilliant. I'd say like attacking and kind of passing's better, but at the minute I can't tackle. Like you can actually run past people, which is more realistic, which is good.
I like the lead up to the game, but I'm not very good on the buttons, and it kind of catches me out a bit. I got murdered earlier on by Asher.
Another step up, do you know what I mean? Graphics are much better. So a little few things there that have changed, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's good.
Now obviously you have a lot of footballing friends. What do they make of themselves in the game?
They always use themselves when they're playing. It's ridiculous, yeah. They always make themselves do all the scoring and that. It's quite weird.
A lot of the boys play at the club, still trying to get better, because you can imagine the banter that you'll get if you lose a game. And that, so I'm going to try and play more.
Who do you play as when you're playing?
I'm usually Inter, but I've got to try and get on the whole Man United. I'm a Man U fan.
If I'm honest, like I usually play with like the classic teams.
Because you want to win?
Yeah, exactly, because I want to win, and I'm not that good.
And what sort of people do you play against? Like friends, family, people online?
My son, mainly, my little boy, Sian.
There he is, playing
he's 11.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he's dominating in our house at the moment. So
is he good?
He's very, very good, very good.
Battlefield 3 was also playable on the PlayStation 3.
It surpasses Battlefield 1 and 2 by miles. I'm a big Battlefield fan, so for me this is great. Like the graphics and the realism is unreal.
Quite looking forward to getting more into open space kind of things, flying the jets, flying the helicopters, doing that kind of thing. But so far, it's looking top.
It's really good. It's like so realistic. It's like, I mean, I'm a big Call of Duty fan, and I think I'm a bit converted now.
When Battlefield Bad Company came out, I was a bit sceptical because it wasn't kind of Battlefield 2, it didn't have jets, but then now at this, I think when they're combining the kind of the escape of Battlefield and then also with the destructive environment, it's going to be brilliant, I think.
Are you going to want to get this Battlefield game
Yeah,
on PC?
I'm going to look at a few PCs to buy because I want to do the 64 players.
He thinks there'll be a few people upgrading their PCs at the end of October.
I'm inclined to agree there. Now, Need for Speed The Run is almost upon us, and it was playable at a recent track day at Silverstone.
Hello, we are here at Silverstone, the home of British motor racing, where the Need for Speed team are taking part in this year's tracks event.
We're going to be chatting to Need for Speed drivers Frederick Asbo and Darren McNamara, or D-Mac, as he's known to his mum.
But first of all, I chat to Ben Collins, the host of this year's event, a British racing driver himself, an all-round nice guy, to find out what he thinks about Need for Speed The Run.
Loud here.
You had a chance to play Need for Speed The Run?
I have. I just had a go in it, and I don't think I was very good, but I did my best.
Well, I watched you play. I thought you were quite good. You took to it like a duck to water.
That's what I was thinking, and then I checked the time at the end, and about 20 people beat me. So,
but how does it compare to actual racing?
It's good. I really love it because it's got the nitro booster, which we don't get so much of. We've got a turbocharged engine with no nitrous in my Le Mans series, so it's cracking. I mean, I enjoy the arcade style games because you get to do all the stuff you can't do on the track for real.
And there's a level in the game where you get chased by an actual avalanche. Yeah, it's quite a hairy situation. What's the hairiest moment you've had? I'm liking the word hairy.
Being chased by Jeremy Clarkson. Oh, he's quite hairy.
He's very hairy.
That's probably up there.
And what about other games? Do you tend to get a lot of time to play, or?
Mostly, I'm on the shooting games.
And I need to ask, do you play online at all, or?
No, I learnt not to play online when I started playing Halo, and I went online, played some teenagers in America who just hosed me sort of every 5 seconds, and I got bored of being laughed at, so I just keep it real.
The American teenagers, they're the worst.
Yeah,
they're
really
murderers.
They're absolute murder. They should be sent out, to go and do it for real.
I'm with a man who's so fast, he was born with an Asbo. Only joking, that's his name, Frederick Asbo. You've won the day, how do you feel?
Incredible. I mean, this whole event has been a dream come true to me.
Put on a good show as well in qualifying. I saw you lose it a little bit, your hand came out of the car.
Yeah.
The crowd love it. It's been a good day for Team Need for Speed. Talking
sure.
about Team Need for Speed, you got a chance to play the game earlier. It's different to Shift, isn't it?
It definitely is.
What are your first impressions?
I really like the run, and I like the feeling of just jumping into an exotic like that and just ram it through the desert, through a blizzard, stuff like that. It's one of the out of this world experiences you can have, and because me and most other people can't really do that in real life, so it's our way to live out that dream. And for me, it ties back to this track because I've only played Silverstone in video games before.
Yeah.
Actually being able to drive here, it feels unreal.
You're a young man, are you a big gamer?
I am.
Not that gaming's a young man's sport, but you're into it?
I am, for sure. I have my, Logitech steering wheel, my proper rig set up. I used it for practice actually, and before I even started competing in drifting, I did a lot of drifting online. And I think that's a big help, and these days you see a lot of new talent coming up. Basically, kids that have no motorsports background. So the times are changing, people are playing games and actually getting good at real life drifting.
So they can find lines and drift on the game and then take that and put it in a real life situation.
Exactly, and that's the great thing about it. You can go all out, you can do a big crash, you can go backwards, you can roll the car.
Yeah.
Push restart and off you go.
And you're fine. Maybe I'd be awesome then, because I love the Need for Speed The Run. I've just been playing it.
Right? I think maybe we should change places. I'll hit up the game. You'll take the car.
Go for it, right. Give me your helmet.
For sure.
Great day for Team Need for Speed today. So you won the Hard Charger Award. Frederick's won the day overall. You were in one of the finals, one of the heats together, racing against each other. How does that work in the dynamic of the team?
We got into the top four, we were against each other. So I was happy with getting that far really with a brand new car and everything. So Freddie's obviously had his car a long time and he's ironed out all the bugs in it. But he ended up beating me fair and square, we gave it all we had here today.
So talking Need for Speed, have you had the chance to play the latest Need for Speed The Run?
I was playing it in the pit garage above, yeah. And
what do you make of it?
Yeah, it's really good, really good. I didn't want to leave. I get really competitive. It's like everything we do, you know. And I was like 8 seconds off some like 4-year-old kid or something who was amazing at it.
Yeah, I'm quite interested to know what it's like for an actual racer to play a racing game. Do a lot of the skills come into play, or is it a completely different kettle of fish?
I guess most we take over from it is like hand-eye coordination and reaction time and things like that, you know, and maybe just experience of what I find playing games and stuff is slower is nearly always faster, you know.
DMAC there. You know what, Sian? I think I might change my name to MCut.
Something like that might work. Right, now for motorsport to sport in general. Electronic Arts recently invited a select number of guests to their UK headquarters to trial out some of their latest sports games.
NHL 12, NBA On Fire Edition and Grand Slam Tennis 2 were all on show at the EA Sports Day. And first of all, I caught up with creative director Trey Smith and he told me what's new with NBA Jam.
We're really excited to have another crack at it. There's so much feedback from the fans. I mean, the last version that we put out, I think we built a really strong foundation, but we got the chance to really come back and massage it and enhance it and really focus on that 2-on-2 experience that everybody shows up for. It was really what the fans were asking for. They wanted Team Fire, where you could catch the entire team on fire after 3 consecutive alley-oops, you know. They wanted more secret, zany characters. Arcade sports titles, it's so fun that you can just plug pretty much anything on the court and it's going to be fun. You know, we don't have to be EA Sports, it's in the game. You know, that's the simulation titles and that's, you know, what they do. But arcade sports titles, it's just about fun, and we went that way too. And they wanted more, you know, gamers wanted more depth to gameplay, more choices. The ability to switch between players at any given time is something I think we take for granted in a lot of the modern Sims titles. But in an arcade sports title, it was never there in the original Jam, and just switching between players right away, you're actually in the action twice as much as you were before, which is a big deal. We've got a call for alley-oop button. We've got a call for shove, where if somebody's guarding you, you hit the call for shove button, your AI teammate will come and shove the guy that's on you. It's just little things like that just add to the interesting choices that the gamer can make at any given time.
Go ahead and tie your shoelaces, I'll wait. From downtown!
We have over 300 gameplay refinements and what we're calling our hat trick of gameplay innovations. So 3 things there: anticipation AI, where the players can think for themselves, our full contact physics engine, where size and strength really matter, and then dynamic goalies, where the goalies are live for the first time, and our legends for the first time in our game. We've got Gretzky, Lemieux, we've got Gordie Howe, we've got Roenick, we've got Chelios, Patrick Waugh, Boris Salming. So 9 different great legends from the past. So you can play with those players in today's NHL and see how they fare against the skilled players of today.
Join us here in the great score and an early goal on the road.
It's one of those games that you can pick up and play, but it's hard to master. The most simplest way to play is with the 2 sticks, the left stick to move your player around, the right stick to shoot and to throw hits, and then the right trigger to pass. So very simple to pick up and play, but there's lots more depth there as well. One of our goals is to make the game as authentic as possible. And the one thing that really stood out in our environment in previous versions is the goalie, and he was basically a wall. You couldn't knock him over. So this year you can actually knock the goalie over, you can bump him, you can nudge him, and you can even fight them. There hadn't been a goalie fight in years in the NHL, but luckily for us, a couple fights broke out this year, so now we're being authentic by having goalie fights. Our anticipation AI this year is all about players that are skilled players, guys who think the game really well, being able to make plays before their teammates even have the puck. So a guy like Alex Ovechkin is a player who's known for taking a lot of chances and breaking out of the zone before his teammate has the puck. In past versions, he would have had to wait till his teammate got the possession of the puck to know that his team was on offense before breaking away. And the same thing defensively. So the guys who are really defensively aware this year will anticipate where a pass can be made and try and intercept and counter-attack. So really important feature for us is really changed the fundamental gameplay.
Grand Slam Tennis 2 is all about bringing tennis back, but bringing it back in high def. We've got brand new features and highly innovative features like total racket control. If you can imagine, on your left stick is your player movement. On the right stick is literally your tennis racket, right? So you're selecting your various shot types from flat, slice to topspin, all with your right thumb. By simply pushing forward, I'm going to hit flat shots. Where I want that ball to go in my opponent's court is determined by where I end my shot, whether it be on the right of the right stick or the left. That's where the ball will head.
I guess it's got most or all of the major tournaments in there as well.
We're the only title that has the 4 majors, right? So exclusive to EA Sports Grand Slam Tennis is Wimbledon. And we've got it in its pure form. There's over 20 licensed players. Exclusive to Grand Slam Tennis too is John McEnroe. We've got other greats like Bjorn Borg, so you can imagine having some great matches. Mac versus Borg at Wimbledon. Andy Murray, of course. Tsonga, Rafa, Federer. On the women's side, the Williams sisters, Ivanovic, Sharapova. All motion capture. We did a fantastic job, I believe, of casting some amateur players that are much like a Novak in their ability of mimicking player styles and movements.
Why didn't you come along to the EA Sports Day, Sian?
I had a note from my mum.
Right, I'm very excited because now it's time for a new Geordie add-on for The Sims. It's The Sims 3 Pet.
No, Matt.
What?
It's The Sims 3 Pet, so it's actually a new game properly involving pets into the series.
That would make more sense.
Senior designer Aaron Connors popped into the studio earlier on to tell me more about the game. Why are we talking in a Welsh accent? Now, Aaron, obviously the whole point of The Sims is the comedy element. Now, I've seen some of the trailers for The Sims 3 Pets. It just looks hilarious. Has it really made a massive difference to how the game will be played?
You know, I think there's always going to be that part of it, the fun, but I think more than anything it's about the attachment between humans and their pets.
What sort of animals are we going to see?
On the PC, we're going to have dogs and cats and horses and snakes and lizards and birds and pretty much everything you could think of for a pet.
Now, how did you get involved? You're obviously a big animal lover yourself.
I am. I have a little dog named Murphy, and so this was really a passion for me.
Does this mean you can sneak your own little dog into some of these Sims?
I sneak my dog into every game I work on, so.
And this is, of course, the first time you can actually be the animal yourself.
In fact, on the 3DS, you can play just as a pet. So you can literally create a dog or a cat and just go start exploring as a stray. But on the other versions of the game, the pets on the PC and on the HD versions of the game, you have one human as part of your household, and then you can fill the rest of it. You can become a cat lady, you can have a whole herd of dogs, anything you want to do. On the 360 and PS3 versions, we know that a lot of people that play those platforms are interested in more objective style gameplay, and we've added this thing called a mystery journal. And that mystery journal is awesome because what it is a variety of objectives that help you discover the history of the town, this new town that is part of the game, and that you have to have a dog and or a cat to complete a lot of these. And so it's a way for your human and pet to work together to solve mysteries.
And how will the Connect feature help with all this?
So a big part of The Sims is choosing your socials. You can do that verbally now, which is one way to really speed up the process. You can say things like, destroy something, and it will just look around for something and start tearing into it. So there's your humor part.
Yeah. Talking of destroying things, obviously there's always a new Sims death. Have you got any particular favourites?
I think probably my favorite is the removing the ladder out of the swimming pool, only because that was not something we designed. That was something that users discovered on their own. And so that's a big, hilarious part of that whole process, is that we have to try and limit it if possible, but it's the users that always find the ways to kill them in the most creative ways. But now we actually do offer at least one new way to die with every single expansion pack.
Now, can you give away the latest one?
It has to do with dying during a magic trick.
I look forward to that one, definitely.
It doesn't have a saw. That'll be another hint. So.
Oh yes, that'd be a classic, wouldn't it? So we've got a question from a viewer, Veteran 1986. Can I have a unicorn as a pet?
I can't guarantee that you can have a unicorn. We do have a whole variety of customized, like, special edition pets. For example, there's a tiger dog, there's a skunk Burman cat. So we have a variety of these that are really cool, like really unique pets that will be available for download.
So are you still working on Sims 3 Pets at the moment?
We've kind of moved into working on the next EP, which will be coming out in March. And we're actually starting to work on the one after that, which we're incredibly excited about, but can't say anything.
So how many of these are you working on at a time? Wow, already three at a time. 3 at a time. Yep. Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And I really look forward to playing and finding out some of these new expansion packs as well.
Well, it's going to be fun. You're going to like it.
Cool.
And you can play The Sims 3 Pets on consoles as a standalone game or as an expansion pack on PC and Mac.
Well, that's it for another show. Thanks to everybody that gets in contact with us. Remember, you can email us at pwned@ea.com, and of course you can subscribe to us by clicking on the yellow box near Matt's head. It's big, the box.
If you like communicating in 140 characters or less, you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/electronicarts.
Or if you prefer the old school method already, you can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/electronicartsuk.
We'll see you next month.
Bye.